Marriage expert John Gottman can sit with newly engaged couples for 15 minutes or less and predict with 94% success the likelihood of whether that couple will be happily married or miserable and divorced. What is his secret? How does he do it? He says the key to relationship success does not lie in candlelight dinners. It is not found in trips to Paris or horse and carriage rides under moonlit skies. It is not found in getting your partner a different gift every other week. And it is not found during long walks on the beach. Gottman says the most important factor for a happy marriage is attention. Small moments of positive attention. When I heard this, I thought about my mom. See, when I was 6, she told me that it was the little things that make the big difference. And as I look back on my parents' failed marriage, I see that it was those little things that eventually became non-existent. And if you're watching this now, then I know it sounds reminiscent because it is all too common today on this planet that we take each other for granted. We don't know what we have until it's gone. We lose touch with those who mean so much by neglecting the things that are so small. Now look, if you want to book a limousine with a mariachi band inside to take your sweetheart on a helicopter ride, that's fine. But I have to mention, none of that compares to giving your consistent, undivided time and attention. Because lasting love, as Gottman said, is all about the small stuff. It's about looking to your partner and telling them, I love the way your hair looks in the morning. It's about sending a random I miss you text to tell them that they're in your heart and on your mind. It's about when they call you during the day, does your voice light up like a dream come true? Or does your tone sound like you've got better, more important things to do? It's about choosing praise over blame. It's about holding their hand when you know they are afraid, and you might be too, but you say, I'm here. It's gonna be okay. It's about pressing pause on your favorite show so they can tell you about their day. It's about making up funny nicknames. It's about complimenting a new hairstyle. It's about noticing the funny way their lips curl up when they smile. It's about the simple things like remembering that no matter how hard it gets or how much you argue, you're on the same team. It's about the simple bliss of watching a movie cuddled up in the bed. It's the gentle kiss right on the forehead. It's about the eye contact at the breakfast table, where due to the light hitting them at a certain angle, you notice a different shade or texture of their eyes. It's about those tight hugs from behind. It's about choosing to be kind instead of right all the time. It's the small gestures to show them they are truly treasured. It's not about the fancy dress-up dance clubs, because slow dancing in the kitchen wearing sweatpants is way better. It's about being weirdos together. It ain't always about making the heart melt. It's about getting them a glass of water when you get one for yourself. And yes, I realize that with so many extravagant celebrity weddings, for some people this may sound like trash. But if your partner doesn't feel seen, appreciated, or listened to without fear of judgment, then what kind of partnership do you have? It is said that 3 billion people in the world will go to bed hungry tonight. And there are 4 billion who will go to bed hungry for a single word of love and appreciation. If you have a malnourished partner, loved one, or friend, then please listen. I want you to feed them small acts of love and attention. And now is a good time to start, because it truly is the small moments of our lives that take up the biggest part of our hearts.
So I'd like to say thank you all for being here in attendance. It's really cool that we all get to see Mr. Jeff Perkins settle down finally. It's also really cool that we get to see him settle down with my best friend. I'm going to try to make this short and sweet, so sit tight and enjoy as we join Paula and Jeff in good old-fashioned holy matrimony. I love you guys. I kept trying to figure out ways to express the significance of marriage and what it means, but it's kind of pointless today. Truth is that once the I do's are said, nothing's really going to change. These two have been husband and wife in the eyes of their families and the Lord for a really long time now. Jeff, well, you're now legally part of the family. You know that you've really been part of the family for, like 5 years or so. It's been a long time. Paula, I'm sure that Jeffrey's family would say the exact same thing about you. Everyone here loves you guys, and we couldn't be happier to be here in this moment. Paula, I did everything I could to include a Tupac lyric in the ceremony, but it just didn't work out. Turns out that old Machiavelli wasn't really known for his song celebrating life commitments between man and woman. If that upsets you, I'm sorry. But that's just the way it is. Yeah! Just keep your head up. For those of you who don't know, Paula is my aunt, and I'm her ride-or-die partner, her backseat buddy. She used to creep around this tricked-out Saturn, blaring talk with the bass bumping and me in a car seat sitting in the back, just jamming. Since I was little, we've been super close, and since we've gotten older, we've just gotten closer. Without her, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Paula has influenced so much of my life. Without her, you would have never found me blasting Nate Dogg and Warren G's Regulate in a greenish-blue 90-something Buick Skylark with a white Pontiac Grand Am door. Yes! Without her, I never had a couch to sleep on for a year while I tried to make it big with my band. Without her, I'd never sang Rammer Jammer to the Alabama Marching Band outside the bus after Chris Davis, where the kickoff back 109 yards, wore Eagles! Paula's made me who I am today, and has saved my life at least once. Thank you. I love you. Now on to Jeff. Like anyone else, the thing I first noticed about Jeff was that magnificent beard of his. Fun fact, he didn't have that beard when they met like 18 years ago. It's hard to imagine, but Paula showed me a picture once of it. I didn't sleep well for a week. In all seriousness, though, Jeff is brilliant. He's an incredibly smart man that has taught me so much about basically anything I've ever asked him about. And while anyone can attest to his brains, what I found most admirable about Jeff was his perception of life and how to live it. Jeff's idea of living is unique to me and has impacted me greatly. I never hesitate to ask him for advice, and I've rarely, if ever, not followed the advice. Sometimes with Jeff Perkins, it just seems to work out. Thank you for being someone I and everyone else around you can rely on. I love you, and you're perfect for my aunt. If y'all can't tell, I love these people. They mean the world to me, and I'm sure all of you care greatly as well. Jeff, do you take Paula to be your wife? Do you promise to love her like you have for as long as you can remember? To comfort her, honor her, and keep her for better or worse, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and disregarding all others, be faithful to her for as long as you both shall live? Paula, do you take Jeff to be your husband? Do you promise to love him like you have for as long as you can remember? To comfort him, honor him, and keep him for better or worse, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and disregarding all others, be faithful only to him for as both as you shall live? Now, without any further ado, I now pronounce you husband and wife, and you may kiss the bride.
How about the ring?
Come on! Now kiss the bride. Mr. and Mrs. Jeff Perkins, everybody. Party time.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. empty garden, and my throat is running dry. Begging your pardon, but I just had to give you one last try. Well, I found a reason, unreasonable as this might sound, but I'm believing in you. There's something I'm receiving in you that keeps my feet upon the ground. If an angel didn't send you to me, then how can it feel just like heaven? You're the closest that I'll ever be to love and happiness, to feeling like I'm blessed, 'cause an angel did descend on me. I tested the water, and I drowned myself in the thought of having you back home. It don't matter, or at least that's what you tell me when you've got me on the phone. Why can't we complete, baby? There's just so much that I wanna say, but the silent conversation between us, Lord, it just keeps getting in our way, yeah. If an angel didn't send you to me, then how can it feel just like heaven? You're the closest that I'll ever be to love and happiness, to feeling like I'm theirs, 'cause an angel did descend. Garden, and my throat is running dry. Begging your pardon, my darling, but I just had to give you one last try. If an angel didn't send you to me, then how can it feel just like heaven? You're the closest that I'll ever be to love and happiness, to feeling like I'm blessed, 'cause an angel did descend on me. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't I?
She dropped her boy at school on time, one less worry on her mind, and now it's off to working on the radio. Comes an old familiar song, and then the DJ's voice comes on and says he's back in town tonight for one last show. Her eyes well up with tears. God, could it be it's been 10 years since that autumn night outside the county fair, when two strangers shared the night, and in the darkness found a light that to this day is still alive and burning there. He asked her twice to come along. They said goodbye at the break of dawn, 'cause you can't hold back the wind. If it's meant to be again, then someday he'll find his way back to her arms. The Marquis misspelled his name, but not too many people came. But that didn't matter to them. They laughed and loved all through the night, and as they faced the morning light, they found themselves standing there again. He asked her twice to come along. They said goodbye at the break of dawn. And as his bus left out, she cried, 'cause he was standing by her side, and that old wind had once again found its way home. And someday he'll tell her about the money he hid, and someday she'll tell him that the boy is his kid. But for right now they're both in love, The only thing they're thinking of is that they're finally where their hearts have always been.